It all starts with Ramsey. Ramsey's story starts long ago with he as a captain. He is accompanied by his crew Rathbone, Shan, and Mercia. Rathbone, who is known as the Gold Hoarder, may be a familiar face to you. However, this story takes place many years ago prior to Rathbone and Ramsey's curses. Shan is known to be the oldest member of the Magpie's Wing and the inventor of the cannon that can shoot people. Mercia, an old friend of Ramsey, is known to fight ferociously and study everything. The four of them were a solid crew. They communicated well in times of chaos and volume pollution. And as the total crew of the Magpie's Wing, they were on course for quite the adventure. People were skeptical about this crew. A four-man crew was considered feeble compared to those on bigger ships, and the task they had set to conquer is to sail through the Devil's Shroud. The Devil's Shroud is something of a mysterious nature, as sailing through it will create a bitter taste in your mouth. The air was different. Pirates would cough and choke as they approach it. Masks and cloth wouldn't mask the toxic air, and pirates would typically be so distracted that they would not realize their ship is dying too. The Devil's Shroud was so vicious that nobody dared to cross it, though every pirate couldn't help but wonder what was on the other side. Ramsey never wanted to try crossing the Devil's Shroud until he met Mercia in a library where she practically lived.
You're blocking my light. And now you're spoiling my work. It's Captain Ramsey, isn't it? You've got quite the reputation around here. All of it deserved, I assure you. You're an exceptional pirate yourself, I hear. One with a lot of books and some curious ideas. Curiosity is correct. And I don't just mean poking my nose into other people's treasure. We've all seen things out there that we couldn't explain. Well, some of us want answers. And we have ways of finding them out. Alchemy. Natural philosophy. It's a way of approaching what you don't understand. Solving mysteries like, why does a compass point north? Who built the old temples you find sometimes and why? What precisely is the Devil's Shroud? Some people say it's a form of magic, as if that were any explanation. But I have another idea. Truth be told, things are getting a bit too familiar around here. The same old taverns, stories I can parrot word for word. Finding a way through the Shroud, now, that'd be an adventure to stick in the mind. Think you're man enough for the job? We'll need charts. Calendars, too. There's a shop in town that has some I've had my eye on. Smaller craft to use as scouts. Oh, and a ship, of course. She'll have to be swift and nimble, but tough. I don't understand half of what you've told me tonight. But rest assured, I know what makes a fine ship. You'll be aboard her when we sail. Just you try leaving without me.
It was believed that across the Shroud is a land of ancients with fabulous riches and remarkable beasts, who if killed could be sold for more fabulous riches. The Magpie's Wing was built in secrecy, a small enough vessel to navigate the tightest of corners, yet large enough to withstand punishment. The crew loaded the ship up with supplies and looked forward to being the first crew to see the other side of the Devil's Shroud. As the crew set sail, the Magpie's Wing inched slowly through the fog until it spit them out into a horrible storm. It was so dark they couldn't see anything, and it was so loud they couldn't even communicate. Rathbone, who was the strongest, was so weak from managing the sails that he switched duties with Shan and started bucketing. Just as quick as the fog dissipated, the storm did too, revealing a beautiful island.